We're live. Here we go. We back. Y'all tell them what happened.
All right, y'all. So, based off our technical difficulties, but it's all good. We back and we live. So, we're just discussing what was going on with our um, interpretations dealing with the 7 year switch and how we felt about these couples. Now, where they were going as far as with evolving with their relationship. Hmm, what is the end result, right? Or where were we going as far as with deciphering between what's real, what's fake, and what's really going on, right? So we are going to touch back and roll into more of this little show from Lifetime that clearly cut us off. But we're going to talk a little bit more about it. So, y'all remember to like, share, subscribe. Let's start getting some comments in so we all could, you know, let's learn from it. Let's discuss and see what else is happening with it. Val and Andrea, what you got?
I think just going back to the initial couple, because I can't get past them, but I think going back to the initial couple, you can see the distance, and I know we was talking about that, just that disconnect, the detachment that they had, and I wonder if they were even seriously in love or even involved with each other initially, because it just doesn't seem like they ever had a connection just based on their engagement. They seem so distant, and if you've been together this particular like this long time, then why all of a sudden like it's like this disconnect now after so many years? I don't think they've ever really been connected. I think it was just like an arrangement marriage, but an arrangement. We just gonna say arrangement marriage.
That's what it feel like, right?
Yeah, just some simple arrangement.
And that couple you're talking about is Leah and
Yes,
Neil.
Leah and
why I
Whitney.
keep
Neil.
Neil.
Yeah, he kneel down all the time.
Yeah.
That's why you can't remember.
And I was mentioning, I think before we got cut off, is that the DJ and his wife, Houston,
Houston.
and what was his wife's name?
Oh Lord. Now see, I remember everybody else. Houston and I forgot. It's I don't know.
I'm sorry, but the link will be in the description box.
Right.
So please make sure you go and watch the show. It's a cute show. What would you do if you came to your 7 year breaking point in your relationship? You'd have been with this person for at least 7 years of your life. You know, 7 in the church world is a number of completion. That's like we've completed a cycle of life together. We almost a decade in, and right now I feel like I can't stand you. I need to throw you away and start all over again. What would you do? Would you consider this as a viable option to possibly saving your marriage, switching with somebody else to see if the grass is greener on the other side? Are they doing better on the other side? You know, sometimes it might work out and sometimes it might not, but would you be willing to take that chance? How many of you are gambling, a gambling woman or a gambling man? I'm gonna gamble on my opportunity to see, what's going on with somebody else's husband. Now, JD done already told you how he felt as a man. It ain't going down like that. I'm gonna tell you like this: my husband, Mr. Stample. Oh no, it ain't going down. and I don't know too many, especially community men that would put themselves up for an opportunity like this, that will volunteer for an opportunity like this. So I will have to give Neil and Houston credit for even coming on the show, but at the same time I felt a bit of performance from both of them. Neil on performing from the perspective of trying to mask what his truth is. Houston in the front performing for the cameras, trying to basically he was interviewing for his next reality show.
Or his next gig, really, because he a DJ.
Yeah, and he's an entertainer. So, right. I get it. Because, entertainment is in my bones, my genes, and sometimes you get big and explosive in your presentation. But at the same time, I think reality set in after his wife came home and he saw that his wife really did have some interest in that other husband. Houston was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. Let me give her what she wants because I'm gonna keep my wife."
Mhm.
We got the candle lit.
Hey, yes.
The candle
Pew,
is
pew,
lit.
pew. Look.
I don't, my sound is struggling. I don't think y'all can hear the sound effects right now.
No.
No,
That's
but
why I
we
did the
will.
sound effects myself for us.
We about to see if we can fix that. Now, I heard a little bit what you ladies were saying. And I heard the Alabama church girls say that with Mr. Stample, it ain't going down like that.
Mm-mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
And he's a brother from another mother. And he ain't with it.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes me. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. We can hear you.
Okay, y'all didn't hear my money sound effect. So we're gonna go ahead and roll that. But anyway, men are very territorial by nature, especially when it comes to our women. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that what's his name, Houston. I think that it was kind of an eye opener because sometimes we don't really realize how much we take somebody for granted, right? Until we see somebody else has interest in what we have or in what we want. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that kind of plays into that feeling of being territorial that a lot of men have, and it might have triggered something in him that said, you know what, let me not continue to act this way. Let me try to do something for real to save my marriage. However, y'all, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. And sometimes, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but sometimes you ladies can make men jealous, and y'all want to make us jealous for whatever reason. Yeah, I see y'all looking at me with the side eye. If y'all want to y'all ain't got a cap with me. Y'all ain't got a cap. I know how ladies like to make men jealous sometimes, and
We're
she
not even
thinks
gonna
that.
debate you on that, JD.
Yeah, I seen y'all with the side eyes now. Come on,
Right.
come on. But and then she pointing the finger at him. If you don't make these changes, then guess what? I got somebody else over here in the cut. You understand what I'm saying? And I know this is a reality TV show, but this really gives a little bit of reality too. Because did y'all know that there was a study that came out that more than 50% of women have a backup plan in mind?
Are they married or single, or you're just doing
They're
women in general?
married.
Well,
Most of them are married or in a relationship.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
let's
speak up
professional talk.
because I think that's both ways. Because I think men and women always have. I ain't gonna say they have active options, but you always have options. You have that, like, at any point you can go out there and meet somebody. Like, you always got options. So JD, yeah, men and women got options. So we
Hey,
all got options.
yeah, we got the other Antoinette in the building that said, "Of course." You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to our other Antoinette in the building. But I mean, I think that this young lady definitely used that to her advantage. What do y'all think?
I think it worked for her, whereas it did not work for Leah. Because Leah had options also. She chose to actively explore her options. And that ultimately, in my opinion, led to the demise of her marriage.
Mm. Let me read this comment on the screen. I want to make sure y'all hear me very, very clearly while I read this comment. Our other Antoinette in the building says, y'all keep it real. Women keep a next on deck.
Antoinette,
My Lord, my Lord.
we're not negating that. We just don't speak on it.
We tells no lies.
Y'all made me leave for a second. Man, listen. Fellas, y'all heard it here first. I'm going to clip this and make sure I upload it on It's going viral. Y'all heard it here first. Oh,
Where's the lie?
You have made Andrea leave. Stop it.
so act like you know. Oh, my. Facts. Where is the lie? Oh, my goodness.
Where it?
Man. What Kevin Samuels said.
Oh Lord.
But yo, I mean, so yeah. The idea of the show, right, is to pair these people up with somebody who is display or somebody who has what they've been missing, right? In a relationship.
Or
That's a recipe for disaster. Go ahead.
I think it was to pair them with someone like them. And that's something I want to explore too, is Leah's personality. So the way the couples were introduced to us, Leah and Neil was presented as what you would call a simp.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that. I'm just using your terminology. This your show. It's a JD Caudle at the bottom. So I'm gonna pull a word from your dictionary. And Leah was presented to us as an alpha female. So the other couple had the same personalities in the reverse. Houston.
Do y'all know why I did that? Alabama Church Girl, I'm so sorry to interrupt. But the sound effect is back in the building. Do y'all see the comment on the screen right now?
Is he?
No. Karen Samuel.
Oh.
Karen.
Karen Samuels is in the building, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to shout that out. Go ahead, Alabama Church Girl.
So the other couple of the community was presented with the same personality in the reverse. The husband, Houston, was presented to us as the alpha male, and his wife, I cannot remember her name, so please forgive me. She was a beautiful young lady, but she was presented as he was the alpha male and she was the housewife, and that's how they put it on the screen. Oh, look at y'all. Look, I'm raising such a great young man. My son just brought me some food in here. Thank you, baby. I am. But anywho, so when they swapped, they put the two alphas together and the two dociles together. And I don't mean that in a derogatory manner, but it appeared that once Neil, who's presented to us as a docile man, paired with a docile woman, he felt a little more testosterone in his veins, and he rose up to the occasion. And it also appeared on the flip side in the other house that Houston, who was presented to us as an alpha male, when paired with Leah, who was the alpha female, he didn't like that. He didn't like Leah putting the hard truth in his face. he did not like the fact that Leah felt that there are no gender roles. We all take care of ourselves. Adults take care of their own selves. I don't have to take care of you. He didn't like that. And I think that he felt a greater appreciation for who his wife is after that experience with someone that's paired with him as himself, the same as him. So yeah, I was and that's something that we talk about a lot over here on Love and Relationships. You know, the different types of personalities that women present versus what men present. And sometimes, you know, I've always said from day one that people are open to define the tenets of their relationship. But make sure when you get with somebody, you get with somebody that is right for you.
But you know what? I think that we've all been accustomed to have this idea that personality is just that key. But I think it also speaks to the characteristics and the character of that individual, because basically what I get out the show is that you got to know, most of these gentlemen and women, like, you got to know what you value. And a lot of times it's insecurities on both ends, because if you identify each other needs and each other values and you meet those things, we balance each other out. So it wouldn't take me to have to switch when we can balance each other out. So it takes a level of compromising, but it also takes a level of character, putting pride aside and just really identifying that needs, because we know that in a relationship, if I'm down, you should be able to lift me up. But oftentimes we just go based on that personality. But what about the actual character of that person? This is who they are. So if I want to be with you, I can't just go based off of your personality, because that may change. I don't know. You may have multiple personalities. Who knows? That may change for me. But your character and what you stand for, that's who you are, because that's the behaviors and that's what you're presenting to me.
And I think that's probably what Neil and Leah's downfall is that they have a presentation, but both of them have character flaws, that both of them have stepped out on their relationship. That there's some and even with him not wanting to admit his truth, I think that for me is a character flaw. If you can't be honest with yourself, how you gonna be honest with me? It's a major red flag. Major red flag. But yeah, I agree with you, Andrea.
But even going back to, like you said, the character, I think when you're thinking about being your most authentic self, like, are you your most authentic self if you are pretending to be this right now, but then showing something else on the forefront? Because most of the time, as people, we don't know how to balance it too. So is this the real you? Like, who am I getting today, or who am I getting at home? Then in front of the camera.
And they mentioned that. Remember at the end of their story, did you see that, Antoinette, where she said he keeps switching from day to day. I don't know what to believe.
But the thing is, like we've said before, if you're with your person and you're not just with the one that you're trying to mold into your person, then you'll be able to be like, hey, flip the switch from the beginning and get on out the way. But if you're trying to fit a square in a circle and a triangle in a trapezoid, then it's not going to work. You're going to have fun trying to put the pieces together and keep hitting. But at some point in time, and y'all ever played Bloody Knuckles? Your knuckles going to bleed. Okay, you're going to keep hitting it. Yeah, it's fun right now to show how tough you are, blah, blah, blah. But then at some point in time, it gets old. The banging gets old. So if you're going to keep flipping the script, then that's not the person for you. If you're still trying to make somebody fit into that mold because of comfort, then no, you're not going to be able to show your authentic self. You're not going to be comfortable, and you're going to continue to dig on your quote unquote person because you're now trying to fit the roles that you have displayed for others, of family and friends, and you don't want to show as a mess up. But with Neil and Leah, from the cuff, they was like, oh yeah, well, with me, I thought the sex was bad. You weren't joking. You were hurt. You was hurt because both of y'all cheated. And of course, the sex now is going to be bad, right? Because y'all both cheated.
Mhm.
Make it make sense.
It's not gonna make sense.
Right.
You better preach. And then y'all, something else that she said, JD. She said from the beginning, I used to be a party girl. Remember, she was telling Houston why she don't drink anymore. She said, I used to be a party girl, and then I got baptized, trying to fit that square in the circle, fit what her husband wanted. She got baptized, and now she has refrained. But as soon as she got over there with Houston, what did they do?
Drink.
They went out drinking.
But when they got in that tub, when they got in that spa tub and he started clowning, then all of a sudden she felt uncomfortable because her husband is
Don't
not
act
going to
like-
be so upfront, like, oh, okay, what we doing now? Oh, you don't like it? Oh, that ain't what you want now, huh? Because that's who you was messing around with it before. But
Mhm.
now that you are able to be dominant and you're not comfortable, you want your husband because that's a security. That may not be your person, but that's your security because you started off as a friendship and you're safe. But that's not meaning that that's your person.
And maybe, JD, I'm sorry. I just
No, go ahead, please.
maybe where they first connected was that great sex. What do y'all think?
I think they may have connected more so on an intellectual level. Like, I don't think that it had any. I think that was a mental connection, but no physical attraction. Because you
Yeah.
can mentally be connected to someone, but not physically attracted to them. And I
agree.
think that they weren't physically attracted to each other. And I think it was just a level of comfort, and oftentimes we settle. And I think it was just a comfort thing, like a settle and a cover up thing. But that's
Yes.
JD, this your state.
No, look.
I'm just saying. I'm
keep it
just saying
real over
it
here.
could cover up. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
We keep it all the way real
Y'all,
over
the
here.
professional has spoken.
Agreed.
I want to answer this question real quick from my other Antoinette over here. She says, "How many married individuals are in tonight's panel?" There is only one right now. I know Alabama Church Girl is currently married and doing exceptionally well. I am divorced. For those that don't know, do you other ladies want to share your status?
Like I said before, when we had got cut off, I'm married to the game. But I was joking. I was joking. Back in my past life, I was married to the game. But no.
Okay, so we got one married and one divorced, and two lovely ladies that are still looking. Who? So yeah. So look,
JD, not looking.
yeah.
Not looking. Yeah.
Corrected.
Like, because if you're not
JD,
married,
I'm just saying,
you're
I'm not
single,
looking. I'm not looking.
but you in a relationship.
Oh,
claimed.
oh, y'all claimed.
Look now,
Okay.
stop. Don't start no fights. You know what I'm saying?
Have their DMs on fire tonight.
Don't do
My
it. Don't do it to
bad. My
yourself.
bad. These lovely ladies are taking. They are not looking. So we got one that is currently married, which is the Alabama Church Girl. We have myself, who is divorced, and we have Andrea and Antoinette, who are spoken for.
Who are shimmying.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a couple things I want to point out right here. Now, I don't know. I'm horrible with names. I don't know the names of these people the way that y'all do, but the first couple that we highlighted from Atlanta, Georgia, what are their names?
Leah and Neil.
Leah and Neil. Okay. Now, let me just throw this disclaimer out there. Men are territorial, right? And if our lady cheats on us, we are not so apt to forgive. Let me tell you the reason why. The reason why is because for men, a lot of times if men step out, it is and I don't advocate for this. Let me put that out there before y'all people start saying that the pastor said it was okay to cheat. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is from a man's perspective, right? A man can step out and it just be physical, nothing more. If a woman does it, is a lot of times, not in all situations, a lot of times it's more emotional driven, right? And then on top of that, a woman has to open herself up to that other man. And for men to think about our lady being intimate with somebody else, it will crush us down to the core. No matter how we try to get over it, no matter how we try to look past it, a lot of times it's just not gonna happen.
Sounds like male fragility to me.
Okay.
Mel who?
Fragility.
Fragility.
What does that word mean?
Fragile.
Fragile.
Oh, fragile. Oh.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not sure if that's 100% fair or not. And the reason why I say that is because men and women are different, right?
We
We
all
are
have
not the
feelings.
same.
We all have feelings. I will say this though, JD.
Mm.
Don't think that just because we're women, it doesn't affect us as much
Mhm.
when our man steps out on us, baby.
Yeah,
Do you want me to go read my past to you?
yeah, not saying that it
There's a
doesn't.
chapter. There's a chapter in this life where windows were broken and stars were slashed.
Oh,
Jasmine. Jasmine?
yeah. Pass, is that you? But yeah, and I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt women as well. But what I am saying is that a lot of times women are more forgiving when it comes to that than men. Some, not
In what
all.
sense? What
I
do you
think that
mean?
it's
What
the
is forgiven?
expectation.
Define that. What give an example what you mean about that? More forgiving.
Women, okay, put it like this: if a man cheats on a woman, right? A woman is more apt to forgive and look past it and take him back on the notion that, hey, it was just physical. He's coming home to me.
No, we are more strategic in our exit, in our plan of not going to jail.
I love you. I love you.
It's not forgiveness. This is, I am affording you the opportunity to continue a life without me because I will be mentally planning and preparing my exit, but I'm going to keep you around because we understand you still enjoy the smell on top of your lips. So you're going to be here until I make my exit.
Oh
My DJ horn gonna get worn out tonight. Yeah, okay. So Antoinette, tell us how you really feel. But I hear what you're saying, and again, it's some, not all. You know what I'm saying? But a man, uh, and I'm speaking from the man's perspective. A man is, it takes a lot for a man to get over that. Whether it's one time, whether it's two times, whether it meant something or not, it is going to be hard for a man to get over that because men are wired differently than women. And again, I think that a lot of the disconnect comes in because women are looking at it from one perspective and thinking that the men look at it the same way. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not condoning this. I'm not a cheater, right? But I think that women think that men are cheating most of the time or stepping out because emotions are attached to it. Because when a woman steps out and cheats, 9 times out of 10, there are emotions attached to it. And with men, a lot of times it's not necessarily emotions attached to it. Am I making any sense?
I definitely understand what you're saying. In my experience, what I've realized is that a lot of times men don't, from working with men, I've realized that a lot of times they say, well, I can't get over this because it's more so pride. It's the fact that they can't even imagine. So when they wife cheat, they're imagining their wife, being physically like with someone else. So in their mind, it's more so he touching on you, all this other stuff. So it makes it harder for him to get over that in comparison to women. We more so emotionally involved because at that point it's like, what did we start? I ain't gonna say all. Some of us start to say, what did we do wrong? Or what about us? So we become so insecure. We start having this low self-esteem. All these other issues start to happen because now we feel as if it's something that we could have done differently, or we try to figure out what was wrong with me.
Y'all got something else to
But
say
that's just
about
from
that?
my experience as well as my like me working with guys and men and seeing what they say as far as their marriage.
You know I'm wired different, JD.
Yeah, I know.
I told y'all I got the BDE. So when you and I have been cheated on a number of times. Yeah, I understand men cheating, and a lot of them do that. But I have always walked away like, all right, you can have her, but you gonna miss what you had. I have always had that attitude. Always.
Well,
Because I
I'll
got the
say
BDE.
and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'll just say I haven't always had that attitude because at one point I was that person who was like, what did I do wrong, or all these kind of things, and then I started getting comfortable with who I am and started realizing, okay, these are my morals, these are my values, these are my beliefs, and if I believe that I stand for this is what I'm not going to accept. So from this point, I'm only willing to accept this, and a lot of times, like people may try to talk to me, I'm not engaged because it's a certain level and it's a certain level of growth that you get to once you get to that place where it's like your worth. So it's like if someone cheats, that's it. Like I can be madly in love with you, but for me, that is something that you lost out on because I value me and I choose me more than feeling insecure in a relationship or trying to figure out what you doing, how you doing it. And if you go out tomorrow, are you going to meet somebody else? I don't have time for that. That's too much energy. That's too much stress. That's anxiety. I'm not doing that. So
Absolutely.
I'd rather just, babe, you can have that. I'ma go. You can stay, and we good. And there's no hard feelings. I'll even speak to you. Like
Mhm,
we good.
mhm.
But
I
what you're
and
not gonna do is disrespect my new boo when you start having that fiending going on, because then we really gonna have some problems. Because I think that in certain situations, men tap into that emotional point and they're like, okay, well, just if I talk to you a little bit and you still keeping that door open and say, hey, then you still kind of entertaining me. So we probably could work out. Let's try it back a little bit. So when he slip up, I could come back in and we could try a chapter 17. No, no, homie. Mm, the line is drawn in the sand, in the concrete, in the wood, etched in the wood by flames. It's there. So, so yeah, don't disrespect the new boo.
So
and I
oh, go ahead. I got a question for JD real quick. And JD, you can take some time to think about this question while someone else talk. I just want to know, would you take someone back after they've cheated? A woman, if she cheated on you, would you take her back? Or how would you handle that?
No.
we could answer that for you.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
Rap, son. Nah.
but, but the way
You
the
done?
way
Let me find out. Wait a minute, future. Where does she belong? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. You cheat on me, like if you want to be out there, go ahead, but you're gonna do it by yourself.
Lord have mercy.
I'm too old. I'm too old because I don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I go out of my way. You know what I'm saying, to treat people right. So I expect people to do me the
Mhm.
same way. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said before, it's not it's not so much that we're fragile, but women cheat on purpose.
I agree.
Women cheat on purpose, whether it's for revenge or whether it's a situation to where, yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and do it. But it's usually some sort of emotional connection already there. Old buddy telling you what you want to hear, telling you that you beautiful, and your man ain't told you that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And,
Don't
and,
get
and
tripped
then
up on that.
another thing too is the fact with women, again, women have to get to a certain point to where they want to be intimate, right, with a man, right? Men, we can look and be like, "Oh, my bad." Men can look and be like, "Yo, we ready to go," but women, you know, they usually have to build up a little bit more is what I'm trying to say. And I've heard women say that they know if they want to be intimate with a man, right off the beginning, but even at that, it's gonna be some time. You understand what I'm saying? With
Well, there's
men,
a difference if
it's just
if you want to
different.
be intimate with somebody, or if you trying to smash. Yeah, that only take a little bit, but if you trying to build a relationship, yeah, that's the part that's gonna take time.
Mm. Y'all are ruthless, man. I'm telling you, ooh,
And
y'all ladies are rough, man. But our other Antoinette, she said, "Is it really cheating if you aren't married?" Some
but,
people would say no.
but what is marriage
Right.
other other than that paper?
It's taking those vows before God and at least one other witness, and usually family and friends, to say, "Hey, publicly, this is what we're doing. This is who I'm going to devote my life to," and vice versa. Um, I think that now the Bible says that once you become one with somebody in the flesh, then you're already married.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
a
So, what
lot
is
of us have been
marriage?
married more than one time already and don't even realize it.
So I would suggest that marriage is that commitment and that public proclamation. So once you go social, once you social media ready, and y'all are together, are you not married to that person? Are you not committed to that person?
Well, I say based on, because I think when it comes to cheating, like a relationship, it's based on your requirements and what's your standards. And for me, it would anything that goes outside of our understanding, I feel like you are cheating on me. So I think
Hmm.
everybody definition and relationship would be different. So for me, it's like if you step out of what we have set, the standards and the boundaries we have set for ourselves in our relationship, if you go outside of that, then of course you're cheating because you have broke this bond or whatever we had set amongst ourselves, because it goes back to individually. And I think that's what separates us as couples and as people, having a different perspective. So for me, it is cheating. Like, even if
Hmm.
we're not married, if you step outside of what we have, like, then it's an effect. Because keep in mind, hopefully you're dating someone for marriage. I hope you're not just dating just because. So if we
Hmm.
dating with a purpose, yeah, we ain't got to be intimate. We could do other things, but is this going to be a violation for me?
So the way the question was posed to me, I thought that maybe she was focusing on that married word. And that to me could take on different definitions. Even the law, after so many years of you being together, in a lot of states, you common law married, even though you didn't go and stand before a judge or a preacher. You married, So that's why I posed the question, well, what is marriage? What's the definition of marriage? Because I see it as once you make you Instagram official, and you you'd have moved in together, y'all sharing bills, y'all sharing semen, you're married. Everybody know that's mine. I'm his, you're married.
Well, that's just like when the people have like promise rings too. So what's the point of a promise ring? What's the point of a relationship, right? You both have an understanding that you are together, whether this union is official by the courts or it's official by your word. Because truth be told, like let's say back in when everybody was in the quarters and on the plantation, right? We jumped over a broom, or we knew that, hey, we were committed to each other, but it wasn't official, right? Of what we claim to be official nowadays. So, yes, we have to break down what marriage, understanding, commitment, and the situation is, because what are we doing with those that don't believe in going to church and still want to get married? What do we do for our LGBTQ communities and that don't believe in the same status of being like, hey, marriage means this to us? So it just depends on what you mean as far as with marriage nowadays. It depends on that couple. And then with polygamy too, we got all these relationships now with a lot of polygamy individuals. So,
and Andrea, you bring up a good point too. How people define the standards for that relationship, and that plays into the polygamy thing. Because some people, if they give their partner a pass on at certain times, and we on a break, but we still together, and that type, so that's everybody. Do your relationship how you do your relationship. I ain't in it, baby.
And
I'm trying to
that's
make
another thing I don't do is breaks.
right.
If you want to do a break, you go do that by yourself.
Right, JD. I agree.
We're not doing that over here with no breaks.
So let me ask you this, JD. This is getting juicy, by the way. Do you feel that it is humanly possible for a couple to be together for decade after decade and be 100% totally monogamous to one another?
I do believe it's possible. Yes. Yes. Do I believe that we were meant to be monogamous? That's a conversation for another day. I do think that there is a difference between men and women, but I like to tell men that you need to exercise discipline, right? And it does take a level of discipline. Now, let me put this disclaimer out here too. Now, in a marriage, under the umbrella of marriage, right? Men just don't want that intimacy. We need it. Okay? We need it. It's not just because we want it all the time. We need it. That's how we express love. That's how we want to show love, right? And ladies, don't say to your man, all you think about is sex. All you think, that's all you. We need that. So
Say it again.
we need it.
You said it with much more vigor the first time.
Right. Say it with your chest.
We need that. We need it. It's not just that we want it; we need it, right? Men and women have some biological differences. Women can go a longer periods of time without it. Men, not so much. And
Depends
that's
on
why
who you with. If you with your person, you gonna need it just as much as they do. I just need to throw that out there. Okay.
now that might not always be the case. You gotta kind of be compatible. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody that's into twice a day and three times on Sunday, and once every 2 weeks is good for you. That's gonna be a problem.
That's not your person.
Right, equally yoked.
That goes back. That goes back to
Yep.
they say that's the question. That's one of the conversations you have to have in the beginning
Thank you.
to make sure we're on the same accord. That's what they
Yeah.
say, JD. I don't know that to be true because I'm not married, so I'm just saying that's what they say.
Now,
But in your
You
relationship,
know the truth.
Look,
in
that's
your
what they say. I
relationship,
don't know if that fact, so I don't want your people in the comments to come after me because that's what they say.
Don't be scared of him. Don't be scared.
don't be scared of
I,
them.
I just,
'Cause
you know,
look,
I
these
just don't want
peaches
his
right
people
here,
to come after me.
these peaches right here, yes.
Andrea, I have a question. Do you think that it is the wisest decision to wait until you are legally official before you engage?
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say I think for me, I would need to be engaged like before because I don't want to set myself up for failure. Like I want to make sure I'm happy, and I think that's important. And I think that's one of the things that we don't talk about. Like we don't talk about sex, but that is something that's important. So we need to talk about it because look, I need to know your demands. You need to know mine. We have to have this mutual understanding. However we start, we got to finish the same way.
Hello. I don't want to mess up your name. I know it's passe.
Sa passe.
sa passe.
Mm-hmm. Like I told you last time, sa passe. You know how to say that, Val. You better.
I knew the last, but I didn't want to mess up the first part.
Sa passe.
So, but in the Antoinette P, that's the reason why I asked the question because we do know, we all understand that sex is such an important key factor in the marriage, in the relationship. So why do we wait until after we are legal to actually engage? And let's make sure that we're compatible. Why do we do that? And I know what the pastor is going to say, but I'm the church girl, but my mind has been opened up into a whole new a whole new world.
That's right. That's right.
and JD is playing musical chairs with us right now.
That's all right.
Y'all go ahead.
But I don't.
No, I'm kidding. Yo, it is a major part, and this is one of those taboo things that people in the church don't like to talk about, right? Because sexual activity is supposed to be for married people, right? Now, here's the issue.
This is the issue.
That too. Yeah, that too.
Messing up how we think and how spirituality is practiced in our life.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And to go on top of all of that, and shout out to Sa Passe in the comments, man. Thank you for joining us. In addition to that, we have been fed this notion that we are supposed to date for an extended period of time, and we were never meant to do that. Back in the day, it used to be, kind of an arrangement, the 7-year-old girl from down the street and the 8-year-old boy, their parents had, hey, well, we're gonna get them together, when they get of age or whatever. And then a lot of times by 17, 18 years of age, they were already married. And let me elaborate a little bit further too. A lot of times back in the day, we don't do this anymore. If a young man was interested in somebody's daughter, he would go to the father or to the brothers and say, "Hey, I'm interested in marrying your daughter. I like her. I want to talk to her or whatever." And then the father and the brother and the other people of the family, would talk to that young man and get to know his family and vet him and see what's going on. And if they approve, then they will then introduce the young lady to the young man and let them talk and let them see if they like each other. And if she likes him and he still likes her, 5 weeks time they were married. So it wasn't this long drawn out thing to where uh, that temptation would fester and be there for a long time because they were married like that. And then that's how it worked back then. But now, we've been given this. I don't even know what you call it. We've been fed this notion by society that you're supposed to date at least for 2 years and everything like that. Now you got people that's been dating for 12, 17 years, and that don't make any sense. You got my man Bishop Noel Jones. He been with Miss Loretta on and off
28.
28
Till he
years.
was 93. No.
28 years, and then he want to get 72 years old and say, now I'm ready. But I did a video on that, by the way. So y'all go back and check that video while I did give a different perspective on that. So y'all go check that video out when you get a chance. But yeah.
Got me rocking like Sophia over here.
Okay.
But we were never meant to be that in a long period of time. And then men, real men, right? These men that are over here in my category, not the Pookies and the Ray Rays that are down here. These caliber of men, it don't take us long to realize or to know that we want to get married, right? It does not take us long to want to put a lady on lock if we see a future with her. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just don't think it takes that long. But we do so many things out of fear, scarcity, and lack these days to where, y'all see what a marriage rate is.
But I know this goes back to one of the older shows you did. I think it goes back to just the trauma. We so accustomed to this being traumatized. Well, I ain't gonna say accustomed. It's so prevalent for many people to be traumatized coming up. So a lot of people fear marriage. They don't want to date. Even like for me now, since I've been on a spiritual journey trying to get very spiritually in tune and everything, I realized that time for me no longer matters. Like I used to think like, okay, we need to be together this period of time. We got to be friends for this many years. But then I realized time really does not matter because time does not determine who you're with. You can be with somebody for 20 years and still not know who they are. So time for me is one of those things that does time really matter?
Can I share? My current marriage is my second marriage. So after my first, I really had a very traumatic experience from my first marriage, and I was single for almost 10 years before me and my husband got together. When we got together, I felt the same way, Andrea. Like, I'm not rushing nothing. I just got to make sure that this is the right person, because what I won't do is subject my life to that type of trauma ever again, or my child to that type of trauma ever again. And I was in no hurry. Like, we were together for almost 2 years. Well, we were together for a year before he proposed. And even then, I wasn't expecting it. I really didn't, because we were already living together. We're already, we're in this life together. And I'm going to just enjoy it for every moment, each and every moment, moment by moment. I'm just going to enjoy what we are experiencing together, how we're experiencing life together. I not only was not I not rushing anything, Andrea, I had made up in my mind that if he leaves me tomorrow, or if he messes up to where I have to leave him tomorrow, I'm going to enjoy today for what it is. I just, like, okay, I'm not going to expect nothing more than what you show me and what you give me, because that's how I was really disappointed in the previous situation, was having such high expectations that, if I give and I pour out all of mine to you, that you're going to give and you're going to pour back to me. And that's how I got messed up, So, I was when he proposed, can I tell y'all a secret? I honestly wanted to wait as long as I possibly could before we walked down that aisle. I purposely made our wedding date like over a year after he proposed. My mama was like, okay, y'all just he proposed, so y'all can go get married tomorrow, right? Because my mama was evangelist. She was like, y'all shacking up. But I honestly wanted to make sure that I'm not wasting my time. I'm not going to commit my life to somebody else that I cannot spend the rest of my life with. That's where I was. So I totally understand and agree with your approach, Andrea, that, time is, it's not the time that's of the essence. My piece is.
Mm-hmm. I dig it 100%. Shout out to my boy Mr. Hambrick in the comments on Facebook. He said, "Pastor, it don't take 10 years, but you do need to pace yourself." Hey, I agree 100%. You are truly right. And the reason, I say this all the time, right? These days and times, it wasn't always like this. But these days and times, I say this for the ladies all the time. 90 days, man. 90 days. If she is putting up a front, she is not going to be able to keep it up past 90 days.
Well, I got something to say
That
about that.
has not failed yet.
See, I got something to say about that, JD. See, the only issue that I have with that, I think it goes back to what Maya Angelou said. She said, when somebody show you who they are, you got to believe on the first time. I think that everything reveals itself like within those moments. Like it doesn't take us 90 days. I think it takes us 90 days to come in terms with the reality that this is who this person is. But I don't really think it takes 90 days, because you can start peeping out certain characteristics and certain things that a person do that you like, I may like this may be okay, but you start noticing things in the beginning. For example, just hypothetically say you meet someone and he's like very indecisive in terms of date, like going to a restaurant. All right. He's showing you that right now he may be an indecisive type of person, because he shows that he cannot pick a restaurant. You say, what's your favorite restaurant? He's like, well, I don't know. Well, there could be some indecisiveness in there somewhere. So I think that people show us who they are. It's just it takes us a long time to come to that reality. Like, this is who they are, or who they is. Like, that's how we think. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion now. But I'm just saying.
Hey, Mr. Hambrick down in the comments said, "Give me a week." Now, a lot of times, now I'm not going to cap. A lot of times, like you said, we do know and see those red flags right early on, and sometimes we choose to ignore them. But there are also ladies out there that we like to call chameleons in the Negro manosphere. We call those ladies chameleons, and they are chameleons because y'all know what a chameleon is, don't you? A chameleon can change the color, depending on what situation they're in or whatever, to blend in. There are a lot of chameleons out there that like to pretend like they're everything that you've been looking for. Like, they're submissive, they're cooperative, feminine, all that stuff. But in that course of the 90 days, that stuff is gonna start, shedding its light through the cracks. You understand what I'm saying? And again, if those chameleons are putting up that act, they're not gonna be able to keep that color up for 90 days. They're gonna have to change to something else. And usually it's changing into what they really are. You know what I'm saying? What was that Mystique from X-Men? Mystique was real good at changing, right? And making herself look like other people. But as soon as she got hit, oh, that blue skin came back out. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, a lot of times we can see those signs up front, those red flags, and we don't like to, acknowledge them, especially if we're really digging the person, you know what I'm saying? But if she's putting up an act, she's not gonna be able to keep it up past 90 days. Guaranteed.
I think both ways.
It could be. I've had some make it to day 88. But on day 89, future, what happened?
Maybe you were just being nice.
That part.
Maybe. But now I can carry future around with me. But listen, y'all. Look, I apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. Sometimes you got to build this thing while you fly. You understand what I'm saying? But y'all, our time is far spent. We usually try to keep these to about an hour and a half, and we're already right over an hour now. And before we got cut off early, I believe we're at like 42 minutes or something like that. But the conversation has definitely been good tonight. Sapase says you can put on that wifey material mask and have us fooled. Hopefully you can take it off before it's too late. Absolutely. So many of our brothers have gotten caught like that, man. And I'll admit, I've been one of them. But those red flags, just something I ain't wanna see. I ain't wanna believe it.
I got a point right there.
Go ahead.
Because on the flip side of that, men tell us exactly who they are. And a lot of times we women don't want to take them at their word.
True.
Mhm.
Oh man, we could go a whole another hour about that. But y'all, our time is far spent, y'all. We gotta go and get up out of here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired. I was up late grinding, late last night, so I'm tired, y'all. I'm real tired.
Oh,
So thank y'all so much for joining us. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button and share the video, please. Please share the video. It would help us out so much. So it's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. I want to go around and give the ladies one last opportunity to say something to the people. Miss Andrea L, since you are the first time up on the panel tonight, I'm going to give you the first last word.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you once again for allowing me to be a part of the show. Thank you, ladies. Y'all made me feel definitely welcome. Hopefully this won't be my last time on here. And I look forward to working with y'all again.
What?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Counseling services out there too. And life coaching. JD had the information. Look, promotion.
we here for
Hey.
it.
We doing it over here. We
Look,
talking
and then-
about that therapy, right? We got somebody right here.
See, my business is called Let's Talk Therapy. You get student, military, veterans discount. Y'all, inbox me.
That's what's up. I am going to go back and link her information down in the description below. Antoinette, do you have any last words for the people?
As always, it's been a pleasure. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We love this platform. So thank you so very much, JD, for affording us this opportunity to have conversations and discuss and piece together and piece apart everything that we come across as a family and as a union. So thank you again.
Absolutely. It is certainly my pleasure. Alabama Church Girl, you got something to say to the people before we get out of here?
We'd like to send a shout out to the Lifetime Network, TV network, who gave us great content for this conversation on tonight. If you have not watched the show, please go and check out that 7-year switch on Lifetime TV network. Come back over here and put your comments in the comment section, because we'd love to know how you feel about this same subject that we're talking about. You know, we talk, we give all that, but we got a lot of opinions over here, but we want to know how you feel, and we want you to share with your friends how you feel and how we feel. All right, we love you.
Absolutely. Y'all heard what the lady said. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us. I say good night to you too, my good brother. Very strong brother. Y'all, it's your boy JD, aka Mr. December.